I'm holding my breath.
2, 1. And we're live. Hello, guys. Welcome to the first episode of Golden Horde News. I am your host, the Big Blue Boat, as known as Neon Poison. And with me today are 4 very special guests. Without further ado, let's hear from themselves, let them introduce themselves. First, let's start with Miss Aegea.
Hello, I'm Aegea. I am part of EVE University. I am a fleet commander there. I'm also a fleet commander for the Golden Horde Alliance. I have the unique circumstance of not being an EVE Online vet. I actually never played EVE Online. So I have come to EVE Echoes with completely fresh eyes from the perspective of a brand new player and have been enjoying mostly the steep learning curve. I spend most of my time in game pirating people, blowing up ships and taking their stuff because that's what makes me happy. It's much more interesting than shooting rocks in my opinion, but doesn't make as much money as anomalies, which is okay. So that's usually what I'm doing if I'm not involved in some kind of defensive action.
All right. Thank you. Next, Captain Harlock.
Oh, it's me. So, hello guys, hello boys and girls, ladies and gents. I'm Captain Harlock. I am a fleet commander from Test and Taxes, which is our best motto. We will kill you with taxes. I'm a fleet commander also in the Alliance. I come from a long time ago veteran of EVE Online. I have a fresh, let's say, opinion for EVE Echoes because I quit it 11 years ago. So everything is new. Everything is new again. I'm enjoying my time here killing stuff along with Lord Harlock, Aegea, and lots of other members of our alliance. And I'll be happy to meet everybody on the battlefield.
Awesome. Sorry, do you have more?
Oh, that was all.
Okay, you get more chances to talk later, I guarantee you. Next is another Harlock. We have the Golden Horse dual Harlocks. One is Captain Harlock, who just spoke. Next is Lord Harlock. Hello.
Hi. I'm Lord Harlock. I'm the CEO of the Fallen X Corporation, also one of the FCs of the Golden Horde Alliance. The best Harlock of the two.
There we go.
I'm also an old EO vet. I quit probably about 10 years ago, so I'm with the other Harlock. This has definitely been a fresh take on EVE for me. There's a few things that I'll keep my opinions to myself on in regards to what they brought over. But I definitely enjoy being here in the Horde. There's definitely a lot of pew action to be had.
For
and
sure.
I'll definitely look forward to meeting everybody out there, especially that guy right there, and that one, and that one, and that one way over there.
Thank you.
Very cold out there.
All right, thank you, Lord Harlock. And last but not least, Mr. Phail.
I think least is probably actually also true there, because I'm the only one here that's not up into fleet commandering rolling yet. It was many moons ago that I think I was doing faction war or soft war stuff back in EVE Online, and then faded away from that and come into EVE Online, and none of that stuff's there yet. So just sort of establishing myself in lots of PV and OMS, because that does bring all the ISK to replace all of the things that I blow up when I try and do PvP.
All right. Thank you very much. Again, first ever episode. We are so glad you're with us today. If you have any comments, anything you want to say, please leave it in the comments section. Let's get started with today's news. First, let's talk about the big patch today. Any thoughts on the new patch?
So we go alphabetical again? I don't know.
Yes,
Too many comments.
anyone? Too many.
I just want to say there was nothing wrong with how people used to leave station, and this let people sit there for a full minute is if they're AFK long enough to be there for a minute, then they shouldn't be out there. That's my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Me too.
Well, we have, I will not say on public, but there is always workarounds. There is always ways to work around that. You just have to try and find it.
I'm showing
Yeah,
you on
that's
the.
true. You may think that you're safe, but we will still come for you.
Watch
Oh,
out
yes.
for the raiders. Watch out for the raiders. They are onto you.
I feel like they're trying to make the game less scary, and it's Eve. If there's anything that I do know about Eve, it's that it's going to be scary, no matter how many timers, no matter how many invincibilities, no matter it's gonna be scary, and you're gonna get your crap blown up by somebody. So just come to terms with that. That's my opinion.
Yeah, be on your toes.
I completely agree. The whole point of building all of these pretty ships is so that you can take them out and get them scratched up. I mean, why else do you build them?
This is true.
Spinning in the station, man. That's what they're for.
Yeah. Let's put the pretty paint job on it and we're going to spin it around and look at it.
Yeah.
So my take is they're definitely trying to protect the newbies, right? The new players. And
Yeah, they're trying to. I've seen a few videos online. I have seen a few talks online about this, and they're trying to protect the that number of players that they are all the time. I will not say crying, but I will say they're commenting about, oh, the game is becoming hard because we're getting killed. But
Yeah.
the actual game is about PvP. It's about how you have to survive. It's like real life. You have to survive. Nobody will take you by the hand all the time and take you to the other side of the road. You have to learn to be careful for the cars that are coming, even when it is a red light. Some crazy man, woman, or whatever, he's gonna step on the gas instead of the brakes, and you have to be on alert. You have to be on your toes. So it's the same on the PvP. You go out of the station. You are in an nullsec. What do you think? This is not a safe haven. If you want to be in a safe haven, live in the high sec. Don't come in the null sec. It's simple as that.
or let
I
me
will
just.
say, though,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I understand the fine line between it as a mobile game. So if you are a person who is accustomed to mobile games where you don't have to pay a lot of attention and it's very relaxed, just understand that Eve Echoes is not that kind of game. A lot of people playing Eve Echoes are not playing it on their mobile devices. Simply because it requires so much focus and attention. Or if you're playing it on a mobile device, you know.
What a perfect segue.
Some people are. But you have two of them, right? And I assume you're sitting at your headset with your computer, 10? Okay.
I can use the computer also, man. You're I don't find the words now.
But the mentality is much more serious than your average mobile game. And so you just have to be aware when you're coming in that you can't be as relaxed in Eve Echoes as you can with most mobile games. You're not the hero. There's not a clear path where you're going to take over the universe. It's very much a dog-eat-dog, scary kind of game. And that's the fun of it. You just have to learn to embrace that.
What a perfect segue, because that's our next topic, which is on Reddit today. There's a new hot topic. People are talking about, are you playing on mobile device or PC? And it turns out a lot of people are not playing on the mobile devices, on the PC. How about you guys? Let's just go around the horn here. Captain, what are you playing on both or just?
I'm actually using my mobiles for my minor guy, indie guy, and
Me
my
too.
computer for my PvP guy. or I'm dual boxing both, but I prefer to stay on the computer with the PvP guy and on my mobile or my tablet with my minor indie, which I'm just logging in, building things, and finish the story.
Me too. It's so much easier, right?
Yeah.
How about Phail?
I play pretty much exclusively on my mobile, partly because my PC's RAM is on its way out, so there's only 4 gig that works, and yeah,
That's fine.
But yeah, in saying that, there's Eve for the computer. If you want to play it, there's a game for that.
You're not wrong.
Yeah,
And
but
especially when it comes to you've got multiple instances, multiple screens, multiple characters that you can click in between. And while there are those detection features, like BlueStacks comes with keyboard shortcut buttons overlaid onto the game screen.
I see a lot of people making the same argument, is that, you're making a PC game where there is a better PC game. So why don't you play PC?
I can't get behind that because, it's not what it was designed for. And I get it.
A lot of people, like myself, like Captain, I think we... let's just talk about myself. Okay, I play on both. I play EVE Online on one screen, and then I play EVE Echoes on emulator on the other screen. So I play both. Let's go to Aegea. How about you?
I do the same thing that Captain Harlock does. My fighter is only PC. I do not do PvP on my phone. But I do have a character that I use my phone for, which is simply to mine. I just mine and reprocess and then, support my corp that way. But as far as battle, I can't imagine taking my phone into battle. That's what my PC is for.
Me too.
Well, if I may to add something that Aegea just said. Well, if you're in a battle and suddenly your wife calls you, or your daughter or your son calls you, you just lost the battle screen. Everything is black. You see the green or red button, and you're like, come on, not now, please. And then when you go back in the game, you are disconnected, you are dead, you lost your things, you were PvEing, actually. You were making an anomaly. You just lost everything because you are in a dead space. You got warped, disrupted, you got webbed, somebody jumped in the anomaly, you were not there, you just got killed. So actually the game, it's a mobile game, which is actually not built to be a mobile game.
Yeah.
Because of the reaction it needs for you to do. So basically that by its own, the name, the game by its own stops to be a mobile game at that point. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean...
But it's a game.
And I think in case...
agree, because you can pause it.
Exactly. I was just going to remind our audience, 3 of our guests are Alliance FCs. So let's hear from Lord Harlock first. Lord Harlock?
I play on a tablet because my computer just can't handle it. This is an actually old computer, but for the most part, I do. I play completely mobile or tablet. I keep my phone with me for when this guy right here sends out those security alerts while I'm at work, and have to go in and actually log in and sit here while I'm dodging around work going. But for the most part, I tend to play mobile for this particular game. I also still kind of dabble in EO every now and then. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it is. And Harlock's right. It does. If you're actually playing it on a mobile phone, you do run into the issues. Like if you get a text message, you get a phone call, it immediately interrupts your gameplay, and you've got like 4 or 5 minutes of lag trying to get back to whatever you're doing. It can be kind of a hassle, and that's why I stick with my tablet that has no service. Nobody can call me on it. It's only got the one EVE Echoes account locked to it.
Awesome.
And
Again, bringing it back to the FC, you cannot FC. I mean, if somebody calls you, because everybody's anchored up on you, right? And if you tap out, sometimes it warps your ship away. Isn't that right?
oh, yes, it does.
And then your fleet's like, where did the RFC go?
Yeah, that's a big bad situation. And then you run into the issue too, as FCs, to maintain coherence and cohesion, we are using other means to communicate. So we're not just communicating in game, like we use Discord, for example. And I understand from some people that there is a difficulty if you're trying to run Discord on your mobile phone and run Eve Echoes on your mobile phone. And then heaven forbid, as was said, that you also get a phone call or a text message on top of that. So at the very least, I feel like, having Discord on one device and then the game on another device sometimes is important, because you're processing information that's coming in via text form in Discord. Maybe your scouts aren't announcing particular information to everyone on the field. So they're sending that to you through Discord. And then you're also on the field trying to keep things organized, keep your people anchored up, move your fleets around effectively. So there's just so much to it that I think it's hard to limit all of everything to like one small phone.
Yeah, I think it would be interesting to do like a poll of all the FCs, right? And I think most of the FCs have either a separate tablet, so not a phone, or on PC, right? I don't think anyone puts on a phone. And anything to add?
I'll just come back in with that disclaimer that I'm the only one here that's not an FC. So yeah, I can certainly understand how that changes my perspective on those larger engagements.
Lord Harlock, thank you.
Yeah, wife's calling. Be right back.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we can move in. Sorry, Captain, did you have something to add?
No, I was just gonna say we're done one pilot, guys.
The next sort of sad news is, you guys for sure have heard, Captain Benzie and the Casco cartel is leaving our alliance. And let me just share my thoughts first. I really liked his videos. And before we did this university, before we did this this show, I was in charge of recruiting, and a lot of people came to us because of Captain Benzie. So definitely sad to see him go, but I really enjoy his videos, and I got to chat with him a few times. He's a really awesome guy. So I wish him the best of luck, and you guys please say something. Whoever wants to go first. Captain, you are. You made the sound first.
Okay, I make the sound. So, I have to say the same. I met my CEO, one very good friend, after the time we met, and one of my we are two directors now that we joined up my corporation when we were actually in CSKL Discord. We were there, we make our applications to join up CSKL Corp. As it was my first, second, or third day in the game. And we meet up there, we make our application, we get the notification that, guys, you have to wait because there's a big line. So we say, okay, we will wait. Then we meet this guy that is our CEO and friend. And he says, guys, I was trying also. He was trying also to go in there, but we started our own corporation, etc., etc. And we said, okay, guys, you know something? Why we don't try? And so we begin that trial. And we just lost the big boat for a moment. So anyway, what can I say? It's sad times. We lose Captain Benzie and CSKL. He was our first university, let's say, in the Eve Echoes. And he is still our friend. Anybody has something on that? I mean...
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, because I had zero idea of what I was getting into, because I never played EVE Online. So I had no clue what path I was starting down when I clicked the download and install on Eve Echoes. Captain Benzie's videos were a lifesaver for me.
Yep.
That is how I got most of my education, other than practical experience, which you have to have. But he was really the foundation for so much of my gameplay, and so I'm happy that they are making a move that they feel is good for them.
Yep.
But I'm really sad that it means that they aren't going to be part of our alliance anymore. That having been said, I think it's important to mention, like you said, Captain Harlock, that they are still our friends. We expect them to be nearby. We're still maintaining, friendly status. So everybody's on good terms.
Yeah.
I just think, they want to go in their direction, and that's great. There are definitely some of them that I'm really going to miss. And as I understand, there's a couple that are going to stick around. So a couple of my, fellow FCs, for example, are going to stay in the alliance, and that's great to hear. I'm happy to have them with us. But I know that that's got to be tough too. I can't imagine feeling pulled between the alliance that you love and support and enjoy and the corp that you love and support and enjoy. And so, my heart goes out to the people who are trying to make that decision right now.
Well said.
Same goes from here.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I mean, it's always a tough time when you discover the mountain that you're heading towards is actually a different mountain to the mountain that you were heading towards, and that's going to pull you in a different direction to all of the people heading towards that first mountain. But in saying that, it's definitely important that everyone heads towards their own mountain, and like I can definitely see that Cat's-Skull forging its own little area and its own little path is going to help them get towards where they need to go. And I think also just because, I mean, like Captain Benzie, like so many of the other people here, and like I'm sure many of the people listening to this, has been hugely influential on the education and the knowledge and information and how to get started in the game. So yeah, like I think that corp being able to focus on its own thing, and our alliance and all the individual corps being able to focus on our individual things is going to help both and all be better, and that's better for everyone.
Yeah. All right, Lord Harlock back just in time to say.
Just in time, bro.
We were gonna skip you, but yeah, just we're talking about Captain Benzie and Cat's-Skull cartel. They're them leaving. So any thoughts, any words you wanna? Wanna say?
In regards to Benzie and his group, like, for me personally, it's definitely a fair winds and falling seas, and we hope to see you out there. But I mean, it's a little disheartening. I really enjoyed the few chances I actually got to talk with Benzie. So
yeah. I think we all do. Yeah. All right. Well, without further ado, let's go to the main event for the day. We wanted to talk about this fight with Pint and PURR. This thing was started by Lord Harlock. So why don't you set us up? Why don't you tell us why you started this and how you started this, and just generally set it out, and then we'll watch the video together.
So this actually kind of started a few weeks ago. We had been roaming around in like the lower parts of Geminate, and we've kind of noticed the PIND guys and PURR kind of flying around in Geminate space. And, we exchanged battles here and there, but it actually kind of came to fruition. We got intel on a gate camp that was a 7 to 8 man gate camp. And so we brought TFX and a couple of, what was it? I believe LGC was the ones that joined us. And we went to go smash the gate camp and got bad intel. Ended up flying into not 7 to 8, but more like 17 to 18 people that were waiting for us. And, they took a pretty shit from me and a succubus and a few other, nice pricey ships because we're just out turning and burning. And then I started hearing other of our guys getting hit by the same guys at the same gate camps, and I just kind of had enough. So I was like, well, let's go have some raiding fun. Let's do a roaming raid.
And so I saw you started, I think somewhere like 40 people signed up, right? How many people ended up going together all together? Do you guys have?
So from what the actual video is actually a little bit later. We kind of all start up. There's probably about 30 to 40 of us right at the beginning. Captain Harlock was with us. Aegea was with us, and a few others. And it was just going to be a normal, just kind of roaming raiding party. And, as we started fleeting up, it was pretty much bring what you could lose. So we all kind of fleeted up and got ourselves kind of organized and started to free burn down to our lovely destination. And we got intel that they were waiting with quite a few battle cruisers and destroyers and frigates set up on a gate camp into the only entrance into their home system.
It really is a story of competing intel, which a lot of Eve Echoes is about intel. Yeah. So we had intel on them, well then they got intel on us, so then they prepared, so then we got intel that they had gotten intel. It was like, okay, hang on, let's reevaluate.
This is the whole thing, how we boned up there, how we ended up there in the end. Not only a few ships, but a big fleet. Well, that was a big fleet that ended up there.
A lot bigger than we anticipated on either side, I think.
The thing is that you have, from the one side, you have the raiders, our raiders, raiding and camping around the area. Then we organized with Lord Harlock, and we all bond there, and we say, okay, let's pay them the visit. Even with the intel we were gathering, we were getting intel that they know about us and we know about them, and it's, as I said, that is intel vs intel. I was okay, let's organize better. Let's withdraw, let's not risk for nothing. Then you have Commander Aegea, Commander Harlock, Lord Harlock, Commander, myself. Captain Harlock, we had Dragonborn, and we had a lot of other commanders that were with us. And we gathered, I don't remember the exact number, but we were over 50 ships at some point.
Oh yeah, before we left FTZ, we were definitely.
And there it all began. I mean, all the commanders, we just co-op with each other. We know each other, we play with each other. So we went there. They knew the information, but they hesitate maybe. They try to outrun us or work around our tactics, or maybe they were thinking that they're better for how they do what they do. Sorry for what I'm going to say. You failed bad.
I got the impression,
I love my brothers and my sisters.
I got the impression, and I could be completely wrong. This was just my interpretation of what was happening, but it seems like because we retreated, right, we pulled back to regroup to get more people on board, that they probably, I'm sorry, my dog is making a lot of noise, they probably thought that the threat was gone, and so they got a little sloppy. So I don't even know if all of them stuck around. A lot of times if we have a defense fleet, we form because we know that an enemy's moving in. Well, then they don't. They turn around to go home, then some of our guys might log off, they switch ships, get involved in other things. And I wonder if that might not be a little bit of what happened to them, is since we did all turn around, fly back, maybe they thought, oh, well, it's, not that big a deal. A couple of them log off, a couple of them get occupied in other things. And they just lost the cohesion that they had started with.
Or the intel, they were getting intel, so the intel maybe was a bit bad at some point.
Guys, I'm looking at the video. You guys are looking at the same thing as I am. I see them just jumping in one by one. Is that what's going on?
Is this? Go ahead.
Yeah, this is from the actual fight when they jumped in, and they did a big mistake there. They bring the frigates, for example, one by one instead of all jumping all together. and they're uncloaking. And they tried. Actually, they didn't come from the gate. They warped to the gate from another gate that was in a few Haiyoos distance. So they just warped inside, but they warped totally unorganized. They just came in our big hag.
Yeah.
And they give us a nice plate of food.
I've watched about 10 minutes of this already. I've seen maybe 5 different guys warp in alone, or the most I've seen is 2 or 3 people.
I mean, they even came, all of them. Or at some point, they warped inside of our range. All of them, and
It was actually right after we decided that we were going to warp in on top of them, and we were starting to set our ranges for all of our fleets. And right as we were about to give it the go, it's like, here they come.
Okay, it's gonna be fun.
I hope this is on the video. Oh, this is it, right? I see 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, that looks. Yeah, they're all landing at the same time. Here they go.
Yeah.
Yep.
So at that time, you were like, "Yay!"
Yeah, we ain't gonna go nowhere. They come to us.
Yeah, we don't need to move, man. We can stay here. Let's enjoy the fight.
Yeah. Do we lose anything?
There were a couple of smaller losses.
Okay.
I got blown up at the very end of the battle, which, it is.
Yeah, I lost my ship at the very beginning of the battle, which is a separate story. It's a little bit embarrassing, but
It's a good story, though.
it's a terrible story.
Battle, come on, it was a misclick. Everything happened.
Essentially, it was a user error. Hit the wrong button. Even on a computer, it can happen. So,
Let's say that somebody was too tired.
I was very tired. Yes, this took place really late at night for my time zone, so that was definitely a problem. And I shouldn't play when I'm that sleepy, but I mean, it happens. But yeah, but like you said, the losses that we did have, even the ship that I lost, it wasn't worth that much.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the general.
Alright, you go.
Sorry. The general idea when you're FC is that you always have a lieutenant, right? And then if the enemy headshots you, my first reaction is I go to a station, I get a newbie ship, and then I come right back up. But that's maybe one primary. Yeah, that's maybe one target, 2 targets missing commander, but so that's not too bad, right?
Well, I was enjoying my time under the radar, let's say, under the weapons. We were in a destroyer fleet that as soon as the battle started and the frigates went forward, we just moved our beautiful ships, beautiful sniper ships, and we started picking out the Guardians and the cruisers. It was very fun.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, that was very fun.
And see, this fight... Sorry, go ahead. I'm just watching.
Now, this fight, you see how we even moved there. I cannot speak openly on how we moved, how we used, what tactics we used, but I say you watch the videos and you can understand there is a cohesion, there is, an understanding, and in the comms it was pretty clear what's going to happen,
right?
And how it's going to go.
I see this is actually from the point of view of a Lord Harlock's fleet.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. That's Lynhart. Ironically enough, the one guy who never talks on Discord, but is always on typing in chat and playing at the same time.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, so again, shout out to Lynhart for providing this video for us.
Thank you, man.
Again, did you lock your fleet, or did you ask them to lock by themselves?
This is the basic 101 to say about the fleet commanders. This is the 101 thing that you have to do, that you have to learn. you always lock for your fleet.
Yeah.
You give them the target.
Yeah.
And it's simple as that. Because otherwise you cannot focus the fire on the main target, which, for example, on the fleet like this is the Guardian. So every commander of every fleet has to fleet lock the target and focus fire on that.
Again, a big question that's been, we're expecting a big problem, when we fight the Chinese. We can't, I don't think any of you know how to read the Chinese names.
Well,
or even if you
that's
know,
one problem, but even if you do know, okay, so let's say that you want to call your target based on a player name. So you say, everybody shoot this guy. The problem is, then they have to scroll down that list of grays, which you can see right now on that video, there's still 18 hostiles.
Yeah.
So they're scrolling through a list of a now reduced amount of 18 names. Earlier on, it was, I think, 20 or 30, or I don't know. It was a lot. And looking for a name, and that's hard to spot. And you waste a lot of time, you lose efficiency, and as you're trying to find that, you're maybe not shooting at something else. You might be drifting off into space. So that's calling targets based on a player name is very difficult to do. So the alternative is, well, you say, let's call it based on the ship type. So you say shoot the Caracal. Well, there might be 4 of those. And if you shoot 4 different Caracals, none of them are going to die because you're not focusing fire. So the only efficient way to be successful in an engagement like this is to fleet lock for your fleet. And
to only have one. The way we do it in EO is you have a primary target and then you have a secondary target. That's the only 2 targets you should have locked. And then you sort of have to guess which one is the primary. If assuming we're fighting the Chinese, which is again interesting point, because in EO you cannot do this. In EO there's no fleet lock.
No.
So but the good thing about EO is that there's also no Chinese pilot names, which makes it easier. Yeah, standard. So there's no problem.
That's.
Go ahead, sorry.
Well, being a merc and a bounty hunter in EO, I didn't ever have my problem to find out my targets. I mean, it was pretty clear who is my target and for my fleet.
Yeah.
So, pretty much, even if it was the fleet command, I don't think we will be using it there so much. But on Evecos, because of the difference in the names, it's a bit of a problem most of the times.
Why do you guys think they...
Especially...
Yeah, sorry, go finish.
It was like, especially you have 3 more Guardians, for example, and you want to primary one of them, and it's a Chinese name because of the characters. Even if I know, for example, the next guy will not know. So you prefer to fleet lock to avoid all that. Otherwise, you're gonna say, I see a bunch of characters there. I don't know what it is. Something like an arrow or a line.
Yeah, you can't say shoot the line, shoot the 3 squares. That makes sense.
Sometimes we have fun, like trying to describe the character names, but I'm not going to go into that because I don't want to offend anybody or get in trouble.
Can you imagine? But let me just hear you guys on why do you think NetEase or CCP did this? Because like I said, in EO they didn't do this. But here they included all the Chinese character names, which is the whole problem.
Isn't NetEase based in China?
Yeah. Yes.
In China, the biggest number of the players that they were aiming was on their market. It was the Chinese market, for example, and the European and American market, because this is a global game. So everybody from Australia, everybody from all the world around, they will play it. But they didn't take into account that the people are not going to use English character name. I'm not from England. My mother language is not English. So if I write a name in my language, I'm sure, okay, it's an alphabet. You will read it, but you will never understand what the hell I'm saying there as a name. Maybe I'm cursing on somebody or not. So again, I find it a bit offensive, and I will offend people when I will use my mother language. to write my name.
Guys,
I play a global game.
let me just rewind a little bit. What happened here? It seems that you guys worked onto them. So here.
This was the leftovers.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah. This is cleaning up the system.
Okay.
Yep. We have to clean up. We are good housekeepers.
Yes. We don't want to be horrible, hosts. We come down to your space. We leave a lot of debris around.
And then
Picking off the stragglers.
did they jump? Why isn't this guy jumping?
They tried.
Yeah, he's too far away from the gate. It looks like.
Why?
Yeah. You have to be within 4 kilometers of a gate to be able to jump, and he's too far away from the gate. So.
Why? Look,
Could
all
be
of them.
that he had warped at range. It could be that he wasn't paying attention and drifted.
Yeah, look, there's 3 of them, 4 of them, all off the gate.
This is also an issue when you are on mobile, for example, and you want to type and you want to flight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you cannot even on an emulator you cannot do it. Actually, you don't see what you're doing. I lost not the same day. The next day I lost the ship because I was not paying attention. I was looking at the chart. I moved forward and I ended up hugging a lovely Gila and give him a nice CNI to kill. Human error.
Yeah, that is, I think, one of the things that does frustrate me about the game is that as soon as you start typing in chat, you have no vision. You can't do anything about the battlefield. As soon as you open up the menu and go into your star charts or anything else, all of that stuff takes away your visibility of the battlefield. So once you get into a fight, see right there, he pulls up stuff. Yeah. Okay, so
where's the slasher too?
Freezes.
Show me where the battlefield is. So it's like once you're in a fight.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not going to be responding to your messages. I'm not going to be looking at where I'm going. It's like you just commit.
And look, he typed, but then it didn't come out. It probably went to the wrong channel. Right? It's not showing up on the screen.
That was actually when he was typing at that point. He was sending a command back to me, so I could see it through the chat.
Ah, okay. But yeah, good point. Like Aegea was saying, it's there's no way the FC is reading your chat in a battle.
Well, I'm not responding to it anyway. I can read it if it pops up there in the bottom left. In voice comms, if it's important, I may acknowledge it, but I'm not typing to you if I'm in the middle of a fight.
Oh, I never respond. I never respond back, but it's definitely a good way, especially if you've got someone who, like, for certain ship types, because I won't say which one's the best ones, you can use them to relay jump-in information if you have other fleets, so that an FC can just see it pop up in green and know that that's from them.
Okay, I noticed Haiyooo has joined us. Haiyooo, you want to say hi?
Hi, Haiyooo.
Hi.
Hey, Haiyooo.
Haiyooo.
Haiyooo is one of our FCs as well.
Yep.
And streamer. And video editor.
Video editor. Music video editor. Multi-talented person.
Superstar. Anyways, we're wrapping up here. Just quick thoughts about the biggest fight in EVE Echo's history. 8 SPNN, the famous Citadel defense. Just a quick thought. Again, this sort of blew up because CCP came out and confirmed that it was indeed the biggest fight in Echo's history. To our surprise, it's definitely good publicity, and now people know who we are. And what do you guys think?
Can I just say I spent more time fighting lag and fighting the game and fighting the buggy UI and fighting my own frustrations with the buggy UI than I did fighting actual ships. So I would say please fix that aspect of the game. Like the big fleet battles, that is the best part of EVE Echoes. Like that's what I live for. But I was ready to throw my phone out the window and stomp on it. Like, Well, not even just my phone, my computer, because like, oh my goodness, it was so frustrating. The oh my goodness, like we kept getting disconnected, which was really, really frustrating. It was hard to keep eyes on the battlefield because like I would tell my ship to warp somewhere and it wouldn't do anything. I would just stare at my ship sitting in the same spot. So then you have to restart the game. Well, when you restart the game, guess what it does? It warps your ship to somewhere. And then when you log in, it warps you back to the place that you had been trying to warp to, which may or may not be safe anymore. So please fix the game.
Yeah.
My biggest
They made a game for fleets, and if I was playing on my mobile, I would just break it and finish the story at some point. I would be like, I cannot tell more.
Mine.
Oh, you see, my little brother, he just
believe
he's still little. He will learn. You don't break
It's a good thing my monitor is very securely anchored to my desk.
Because also my monitors have the same setup because I'm living on a ship, so we have too many RAFCs, so monitors are locked down on the desk.
My biggest take, I remember clearly because I was FC a fleet as well. We were on the gate before they came in, or as they were jumping in, right? We knew they were coming in because Loco had a spike. And then, because watching from their angle, we saw that they warped away. They warped to Planet 9 or something. But we did not see any of that. At least I didn't see it. Nobody in my fleet saw it. They just magically went away and went to, warped away to Planet 9. There was no, we could not catch any of them on the gate.
Yeah, I remember the chatter being that sort of only one or two ships popped up on the grid, and they were only there for quarter half a second.
It was probably the lag, though. I mean, it was just so buggy.
I will tell you this, guys. When you're warping your fleet and you're still cloaked, when you're warping inside from a gate, there is a good thing that you are cloaked. So the first guy who is going to say, okay, warp fleet there, most of the times you're not going to see all the ships appear. And if there is big lag, of course, you're not going to see anything with a big lag until it spawns the image on your screen. Yeah, they're already gone.
I like how... So, again, a shout out to our two universities, Golden Horde and EP University, because look at how well we're anchoring. Look at this. Everyone's well, not here, but did you see that earlier? We're in a perfect line. Everyone's anchored on. Yeah. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I think something that really shows actually is the difference in our fleet cohesion between this battle and when we went to LS Jep to go stomp on all of those cyclones. If anything, that's a testament to the Golden Horde University and to all of the opportunities that all of our pilots have to go to practice and get better at that, so that next time when they come to this outpost.
Hands down, the
surprise.
the training that goes along with what's offered has, for my guys alone, it is night and day.
Yeah, I will say this battle, the battle in 8-spin, for a lot of our members was their first taste of big PvP. It was also their first taste of big defensive PvP. And it's different when you're out on a raid, trying to pressure somebody. It's a totally different story when they're coming into your home turf, and you just dropped an outpost and you want to defend it. That's a different kind of feeling. And so we had so many people answer the call because they had that feeling of they're coming into our home, we need to defend it. But that meant that we had a lot of people who were not experienced. And what this battle did was it was a wake up for a lot of us that we need to be preparing for these kinds of actions. We need to have more fleet training. And that's what we've done. Since this battle, we have had, for the past few days, we've had daily fleet training exercises.
Yep.
To make sure that our people are prepared and coordinated and comfortable with fleet action like this, so that every defense we mount is stronger, every raid that we run is stronger.
Awesome. Yes. Again, we have two universities. Most alliances have no universities. We have two. We have the EVE University, And we have the Golden Horde University. So, something to brag about. Anyways.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and our between the two universities, we really cover everything. We cover all the way from basics. If you've been playing the game for a week, and you're figuring out that you need to know what some buttons do, we have intro classes that go through navigating the menus, navigating the chats, even the terminology, how to set up your overviews, like all the super basic stuff, all the way up to our big fleet action trainings where we do, live drills and stuff. So we really run the gamut. No matter where you fall on the spectrum, we have something for you.
That's right. And just to close it out, here is our Alliance forum that's coming online. Oh, no. I don't want to show it. I quickly showed it. Oh, no. Now people are going to... It's okay. It's almost done, right? Because I know this, it was showing the address. I didn't want people to get on yet because the... goodness. Anyways,
black that part out. Just edit that out or something.
I did want to show something else. I wanted to show Twitter.
We have activity online now. I think we are making our voice be heard more.
Yes.
You can. I mean,
Yes.
the Twitter, whatever we build up to show up the alliance is for the better.
Again, for Twitter, it's twitter.com, or just give me the username. Twitter. Golden Horde, Golden_Horde_EE. And let's shout out to all your corps again. We have DNT, that's in Texas. We have Gone. What's the full name of Gone again? Yeah.
It is the Garden of New Eden.
Awesome.
Ooh.
We have Odin and Ivar, which is Valhalla. And we have TFX. I forgot. I did the website. Please tell us the full name again. What's TFS?
It's Fallen X.
Yeah.
Okay. I do want to show you our Alliance website. This is ready.
Yep.
And EVE University. Aegea, please.
Yes, we
also
have
the
EVE
Twitter
University.
there.
Hey, to jump on that EVE University part, you guys did great on that. I just wanted to add that a lot of the EVE vets don't realize how much is specific to this game. They think, oh, I'm a great EVE online PvPer. You can't teach me anything in Echoes. And it's not true. The first fleet I did, and I'm like, oh, warp to me, I got something tackled. And they're like, I can't. It's going to drop me at the ANOM at 0. Just like the nuances of EVE Echoes. It's so important to get involved with the EVE University. You guys do amazing work over there.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. You're welcome. Anyways,
we thank EVE University for its educational purposes and educating our every pilot that is incoming. The same goes for the Golden Horde University and for EVE University. We thank them both for the great job on educating the new pilots.
Yes. And on your screens right now, I'm showing you our new website, the Alliance website, which has a link and names to all the partners. Of course, we have to delete. Again, sadly, Casco. I'll do that soon. But give us a subscribe. Remember to subscribe. We are working on our next content soon, hopefully. Next episode will feature something nice. And thank you all again for joining us. We're almost at the hour mark, 54 minutes and 12 seconds. Any last words? Any shout outs? Yes, please.
It's going to be such a long video.
It's okay. Any last words? Any shout outs? Let's go in order again. Aegea, any last word? Shout out?
I don't think so. I'm trying to think. I'm not sure. I don't get to do this kind of thing very often. I would just say to all of the new players or the players who have been at this for a few weeks and you're feeling overwhelmed because there is so much to learn, hang in there. Don't give up. There are resources. We want to help you. But don't fly into our space without talking to somebody first, because you'll get shot. But definitely let us help you. Just don't randomly fly into our territory.
Bad.
Okay, Captain.
It's probably gonna be a sacrifice.
Yeah.
Okay, Captain. Last word.
My last words. What to say? For every new brother out there or sister who wants to join, who wants to be educated, it doesn't matter what you were in EVE Online. When we all joined in EVE Echoes, we were again new players. We didn't know anything. We had to start from scratch. We have to learn everything. We have to be taught everything. Everything is different. Forget what you think you know. It's only what you will learn. And yeah, be aware, guys. Don't come in our turf if you're not a member of our alliance, because probably 1000% you're gonna be down. Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you, Captain. Lord Harlock. Last word.
I'll give a special shout out to everybody who showed up, all the FCs that helped us with our little raid party. And as they said, we are MBSI. So if you're not part of the Horde and you see the Horde, you should go that way as fast as you possibly can. Because either me or definitely her at this point in time, or any of us, will shoot you down. But for any of our guys who are actually in the Horde, and like she said, if you're feeling overwhelmed, I've got an open DM policy. You can always hit me up, and I'll do anything I can to help you. I'm pretty sure it's the same with most of these guys.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. And a lot of the corps in the Alliance do have space for players. So if you're looking for a place to, get more comfortable in the game and to explore all of the different things the game has to offer, there are 4 corps represented here right now, but there's more. Mm-hmm. So just, hit us up, send us the message, apply, reach out. We'd love to have you.
We are always
looking. Yeah.
Phail. Go ahead. Last word.
Just saying that we are always looking for new seeds to come and plant themselves in our garden.
Yeah.
And yeah, just a big shout out to all you guys for having us on board here today. My first experience with this sort of thing, so fun times. And
I want your beard.
Oh, you're a kid.
I'm too well attached to it. I'm sorry.
All right, thank you guys for watching. Hope you again subscribe, comment, do the whole thing. Subscribe somewhere. Yes. Bye. See you next time.